Are you accidentally sabotaging your home sale? I recently visited a client who had meticulously prepared their property with fresh paint, updated fixtures, and more, yet 5 critical items in their home were instantly turning buyers away. But before we start, I'm Don Pelletier. I'm a licensed broker and owner of the Don Pelletier Group. I've been a top agent in the San Diego real estate market for the past 4 decades. Well, in today's video, I'm counting down 10 things you absolutely must remove before showing your San Diego home. These overlooked items can drastically reduce your final offer price, equivalent to placing a "reduce my offer" sign on your front lawn. This comprehensive checklist is going to help you avoid the most common mistakes that even careful sellers make. You'll discover which everyday household items secretly devalue your property and practical solutions to maximize your home selling potential. First, the seller's presence problem. Picture this. Potential buyer, they walk into your home, and instead of imagining their future there, they're awkwardly trying to avoid eye contact with you as you follow them from room to room to room. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife, and they rush through the spaces without really seeing them. This scenario plays out in homes across San Diego every week. Many sellers make the critical mistake of staying home during the showings, thinking, of course, that they're being helpful. After all, who knows more about your home than you do? Well, you can answer questions, of course, about the neighborhood, about the schools, point out special features, home improvements, and explain how you've solved various issues over the years. But your presence creates an awkward situation for buyers, kind of like a restaurant owner hovering over your table while you're trying to eat dinner. Research from the National Association of Realtors shows that buyers spend 30% less time in homes where sellers are present. So this directly impacts their emotional connection to your property. Less time means less connection, which ultimately means lower offers, if you get any. Buyers whisper instead of speaking freely. They rush through room after room rather than taking their time. They avoid opening closets or cabinets because they feel like they're intruding. They need psychological space to process what they see and imagine living in your home. When you're there, they just can't mentally move in because your presence reminds them that this is your home, not theirs. I had clients in Mission Hills who insisted on showing buyers all their special features. They followed buyers around, pointing out custom details, efficient storage solutions, and more. Though well-intentioned, the buyers left feeling so pressured they couldn't even remember the beautiful backyard this home had. The social awkwardness, they overshadowed the home itself. This extends to security cameras too. While it's reasonable, of course, to have them, failing to disclose them creates serious issues. Buyers who discover hidden cameras, they feel like their privacy's been eroded and violated and potentially can cause legal complications. So your agent should always inform potential buyers about cameras before showings begin. The difference in buyer behavior when sellers aren't present is remarkable. Without you there, buyers spend more time exploring. They open the closets, they sit on the patio, imagining morning coffee there. They discuss changes that they might make to the house. These actions build an emotional investment, leading to stronger offers. The solution is simple. Work with your agent to schedule showings when you can be away. Plan to be gone for about an hour or so, enough time for buyers to truly explore without feeling rushed. Take kids and pets with you, as their presence creates similar issues. If leaving isn't possible, at a minimum, just step outside during the tour or maybe stay in one area, giving buyers freedom to explore. Your agent is trained to showcase your home's best features with allowing buyers the mental space that they need. Remember, the goal isn't to help buyers see what you love living there, it's to create an empty canvas that they need to picture their lives unfolding in the space. When they can do that without your presence influencing their experience, now you set the stage for a faster sale and at a higher price. Secondly, personal items and family photos. When walking through a potential home, buyers want to envision their family photos on the walls, frankly, not be distracted by yours. This seems obvious, yet a recent real estate survey found that this mistake happens about 78% of home showings across San Diego. Those wedding photos on your mantle and the kids' school portraits lining your hallway, they might seem harmless, but they're actually working against your sale. Personal items create an emotional barrier between buyers and your property. Family photos, custom name signs, children's artwork, personalized decor, all tell buyers this is someone else's home. These treasured items, of course, are very important. However, they get in the way mentally when viewing. I recently worked with a seller in La Jolla who had a beautiful property, but they struggled to get offers despite strong market conditions. Their home featured an impressive gallery wall with family photos spanning 3 generations. While meaningful, of course, to them, this display created ownership territory markers, or visual cues that signal to visitors they don't belong. Neighborhoods like Point Loma, Del Mar, and so many others, I've seen these similar situations where stunning properties sat on the market while comparable, neutrally staged homes sold quickly. Buyers need to be able to imagine themselves in the space, not you, explains staging expert Jody Bax. Personal photos create psychological barriers that make buyers feel like intruders rather than potential owners. When buyers experience this discomfort, they spend a lot less time in each room and they struggle to connect emotionally with the property. Children's artwork with names visible also presents another concern. Beyond the, personal connection factor, these items potentially, they expose private information to strangers. As one client told me after consulting with a security expert, you don't want somebody with prying eyes to go online, see your children's names, then they see the address or the school that your kids attend, and they know exactly where you live. Not a great idea. Many sellers resist removing personal items because of emotional attachment. Believe me, I understand completely. These aren't decorations, but physical representations of your memories and your life and your identity. However, this attachment precisely blocks buyers from seeing themselves in the space. When buyers see a neutral space, they visualize their future there, not yours. The numbers support this approach. Properties where personal items have been removed, they sell on average 17 days faster and for 5% more in San Diego's current market. That translates to an additional $50,000 on $1 million property, simply because family photos were packed away. The transformation is really remarkable. I've had buyers walk through homes before and after this process. Their reactions tell the whole story. Initially, they notice your decor and family photos. After removing the personal items, those same buyers, they focus on the home's features and begin imagining their life there. The solution is straightforward. Pack these items before listing your home. Replace family photos with neutral art. Clear the refrigerator doors of children's artwork and report cards. Remove any and all personalized items like monogram pillows or name signs. Think of this as pre-packing. You're going to need to pack these items up anyway before you move, so doing it before listing creates neutral space that allows buyers to mentally place their own belongings in your home. This simple step creates a psychological space buyers need to fall in love with what could be their future home. Next, controversial and polarizing items you might love. Your prized deer head mounted in the living room, but that single item, it could drive away about 60% of your potential buyers before they even see the kitchen. I've watched buyers physically recoil when walking into homes with hunting trophies on display. One couple recently turned around in the entryway of a beautiful Rancho Bernardo property after spotting a mounted fish on the wall. Bambi's gotta go, as one real estate expert bluntly puts it. Controversial items, they create immediate, emotional reactions in buyers. I mean, just like a strong perfume can overwhelm the senses, a single controversial item can taint the entire viewing experience. Hunting trophies, taxidermy, political campaign signs, and religious symbols, they trigger what psychologists call negative anchoring, where one negative impression, it colors everything else. Once that feeling attaches to a buyer, it follows them from room to room, filtering even beautiful spaces throughout that initial negative reaction. Hunting trophies and taxidermy create extreme visceral reactions in urban markets like San Diego. I recently had a listing where the seller, they insisted on keeping mounted deer heads in the living room. Online photos received numerous negative comments, not what we wanted, specifically about the taxidermy, and several potential buyers, they actually canceled their showings after seeing the photos. Political items signal potential conflict as well. Whether campaign signs, politically charged artwork, or just patriotic displays leaning towards specific viewpoints one way or the other, buyers wonder if they're going to fit into the neighborhood. This happens regardless of their own views. Even buyers who share your exact political perspective, they might worry about the community acceptance. Religious items present similar challenges, unfortunately. While meaningful to you, religious symbols can make some buyers feel that they're intruding on someone else's sacred space, rather than viewing the potential home for themselves. I've actually seen this feedback consistently during showings of homes with, prominent religious artwork. I like it, but others don't. The transformation when these items are removed is remarkable. One Mission Valley condo, it sat on the market for 2 months with minimal interest. After removing some political memorabilia and some religious displays, the property received 3 offers within a week. This simple act transformed the viewing experience from polarizing to welcoming. Buyers need to imagine themselves in the space, not you, explains a staging expert I work with regularly. When controversial items remain visible, buyers, they just struggle to picture their own lives in the home. They notice the distractions rather than your beautiful kitchen renovation, for example, or your spacious primary bedroom. The solution is really straightforward. Temporarily store these items during the selling process. You want to pack up any hunting trophies, political materials, prominent religious displays before listing photos are taken. For immovable taxidermy, cover these pieces or, relocate them to storage. This isn't about denying your identity at all. It's about creating a neutral environment that appeals to the widest possible buyer pool. You're not selling your lifestyle, you're selling a blank canvas where buyers can imagine their future. Every controversial item that you remove, it dramatically increases your chances of a faster sale and at a higher price. Now let's talk about valuables, medications, and security concerns. Did you know that 1 in 5 open houses results in something going missing? Yet I see it all the time. Prescription bottles, sitting on bathroom counters, jewelry boxes wide open on dressers, and financial documents scattered across home offices during showings. This oversight creates serious risks that many sellers don't really consider until it's too late. When you list your home, you are inviting strangers to walk through your personal space. Most buyers and agents, of course, are trustworthy, but it only takes one person with bad intentions to create problems. Many sellers, they focus on, cleaning and staging, but they overlook the security risks of multiple showings each week. I recently worked with clients in University Heights neighborhood who had several prescription medications disappear right during their first weekend of showings. That's unbelievable, but yeah, it happens. They were devastated, not just by the loss, but by the violation of their privacy in their own home. This experience highlights why protecting your valuables and your personal information is really essential. Valuable items, medications, personal documents, they create immediate long-term problems when left accessible. The immediate risk, of course, is theft, while long-term risks include identity theft and privacy violations that might not become apparent until months after your home actually sells. I mean, you never know who's touring your home, so it's much better to just simply play it safe when it comes to prescription misuse, notes one security expert. Medications, especially controlled substances, they should never be left in medicine cabinets during showings under any circumstances. Financial documents containing your personal information, they present even more concerning risks. To prevent the temptation of prying eyes, simply lock away all your bills and financial documents, advises a home security specialist. Identity theft, of course, can haunt you for years, creating financial and legal problems long after you've moved from the home. Firearms and valuable collections, they present additional concerns. A visible gun cabinet can make some buyers uncomfortable, explains a real estate safety advisor. These items can also distract buyers from focusing on your home's best features rather than your personal possessions. So before each showing, just implement the security checklist. Remove all medications from the bathrooms and the cabinets and the bedrooms. Secure financial documents, mail, bills in a locked container. Store jewelry, collectibles, and valuables in a safe or off-site. Ensure that firearms are properly secured and out of sight. Put away your personal photos and, sensitive information. Check for items with personal information throughout your home. Creating this pre-showing security routine, it's going to transform your selling experience from vulnerable to protected. The solution is really straightforward. A secure location for sensitive items during the selling period. This might be, a locked safe or bolted to the floor, a safety deposit box at your bank, or maybe relocating some important items to a friend's home until yours sells. Many sellers don't really realize that security cameras require disclosure in most areas as well. If you have security camera, it's essential to display a sign notifying visitors of surveillance, notes a real estate legal advisor. Remember, when selling your home, you're actually inviting strangers into your personal space. So taking these extra precautions is going to protect your belongings and your family and create peace of mind throughout what's already a stressful process for many. These small steps can make a big difference in securing both your property and your future. Declutter furniture and space perception. Your crowded kitchen counters, they might seem completely normal to you, but they're silently communicating to buyers that your home simply doesn't have enough storage space. Those small appliances, the decorative items, and the daily essentials that we all use live on your countertop. They send a powerful message. There's simply not enough cabinet space to properly store these items. Clutter is the invisible thief that steals perceived value from your home. Excessive furniture, cluttered countertops, and overfilled closets, they dramatically change how buyers see the size and value of your property. I recently worked with sellers in the Del Sur area who couldn't understand why buyers kept commenting all the time that their home felt small. The square footage was certainly competitive for the neighborhood in the area, but too much furniture and visible personal items, they diminish the perception of space. So while you might be used to, navigating around the extra furniture or, seeing past the cluttered surfaces, buyers immediately register these as red flags about space limitations. You've adapted to your environment like we all do, but buyers experience it for the very first time with fresh eyes. They notice every crowded corner and overstuffed closet. The financial impact is really significant. Research shows that cluttered homes typically sell for 5 to 10% less than similar decluttered properties. On a $1 million San Diego home, that's $50,000 to $100,000 in lost profit simply because of too much stuff. This price difference occurs because buyers assign less value to cramped or limited space. Crowded rooms appear significantly smaller to buyers, psychological effect that really can't be overcome with listing measurements or, verbal assurances. Kitchen and bathroom countertops are particularly critical focal points during showings. When a buyer sees, appliances covering all areas of the kitchen counter or products filling bathroom surfaces, they immediately assume there's inadequate storage throughout the entire home. Similarly, packed closets signal to buyers, "Oh, my stuff won't fit here," often becoming a major factor in their decision. The fifth major mistake sellers make is allowing cluttered countertops and excessive furniture to remain during all showings, directly impacting your bottom line when offers come in. But once you tackle this clutter problem, the transformation can be absolutely remarkable. Homes that sat unsold for weeks, they received multiple offers after thoroughly decluttering. One seller in Pacific Beach was convinced her condo was just too small for families. The feedback completely changed after removing 40% of their furniture and clearing out all the countertops. The same physical space was suddenly described as spacious and open rather than cozy and tight. The solution requires decisive action. Remove 30 to 50% of your furniture before listing your home. Focus on pieces that, crowd walking paths, overwhelm rooms, or serve duplicate functions. Start with extra chairs, side tables, and decorative furniture that really isn't essential. Clear your countertops completely, then strategically replace only a few attractive items. In kitchens, perhaps you want to leave that stylish coffee maker or a simple plant. Single decorative soap dispenser and a hand towel are sufficient in bathrooms. Initially, organize your closets to show maximum space. Remove, your off-season clothing, sports equipment, and storage items, and create space on shelves and hanging rods. Buyers need to see that their belongings are going to fit comfortably in your home storage areas. Moving on. Neglected maintenance and outdated features. That dripping faucet you've learned to ignore? Buyers see it as a red flag, warning of thousands of hidden repair costs lurking throughout your home. After years of living with them, we're all like this. Minor maintenance issues, they might seem insignificant, but they do make a powerful first impression on potential buyers that are walking through your door. Visible maintenance issues, they also create immediate negative impressions that are frankly difficult to overcome. When buyers spot, broken items, cracked tiles, cabinet doors that don't close, leaky faucets, or outdated features, they question everything else in the home. These small issues, they trigger concerns about what might be wrong beneath the surface. So while you've adapted to these issues, buyers do notice them immediately, and they calculate repair costs. I've watched buyers in San Diego pull out their phone right in the middle of a showing to estimate replacement costs for items that sellers have lived with for many years. That bathroom faucet that you barely noticed, it's the first thing a buyer examines. Even minor visual defects can spark doubt about larger hidden issues, notes real estate expert Jeb Smith. When buyers see, peeling paint or the cracked caulking, they wonder what else hasn't been maintained in the house. Could it be the roof, plumbing, electrical system? Outdated window treatments, they represent yet another problem area. Staging expert Jody Bax recommends it's best to take down dated curtains or rods and let in the maximum amount of natural light. Heavy, dark, or worn curtains, they make spaces feel smaller, darker, and stuck in the past, transforming how the entire room feels. Non-functioning appliances remaining with the home become major negotiation points during inspections. Buyers use these, frankly, as leverage to reduce their offer price, often demanding far more in price reduction than repairs would actually cost. A $200 repair before listing can prevent a $1,000 reduction during negotiations. Also, visible pet damage to floors, doors, or trim, it creates immediate concerns about deeper issues like odors and maybe structural damage. These visible signs of wear generate doubt about the property's overall condition. Before, unaddressed maintenance issues lead to skeptical buyers, lower offers, and complicated negotiations. After, proactive repairs create confidence, stronger offers, and smoother transactions. According to Investopedia, sellers have 3 options for handling maintenance issues. Fix the problem ahead of time, price the property below market value to account for it, or list the property at a normal price and offer the buyers a credit to fix the problem after the fact. Experts consistently recommend fixing problems before listing. The solution is being proactive. Conduct a pre-listing inspection to identify any maintenance issues before buyers find them themselves. This inspection usually will cost you about $300 to $500 in San Diego market. It helps you discover and address problems before they become a negotiation point. So you want to fix leaky faucets, replace broken fixtures, cracked tiles, and address any visible damage. For outdated window treatments, remove them entirely, as I mentioned, if they just can't be updated. Empty windows are far better than windows with heavy curtains blocking light. Address visible pet damage by replacing damaged trim and refinished scratched floors. Taking these few steps transforms your home from a property that raises questions to one that instills confidence. Buyers who see a well-maintained home, they're going to make stronger, higher-price offers with fewer contingencies, ultimately putting more money in your pocket at the closing. Well, wrapping up, the most successful home sales happen when sellers create a blank canvas that allows buyers to envision their future there rather than see the owner's past. When buyers walk through your home, they actually need to imagine their own lives, not be distracted by your personal touches. Removing personal items creates space for buyers to form an emotional connection with your property directly, impacting their offer price. Think of your home as a blank canvas where buyers can, they can paint their own dreams. Are you ready to transform your home into a buyer's dream? Well, create your personalized pre-showing checklist based on these insights that I shared with you today, and you'll set yourself up for a faster sale and a much higher price. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like more content like this, Just click on the boxes on your screen to watch more. Once again, my name is Don Pelletier. I'm a licensed broker in the San Diego, California market. If you're considering, moving, buying, or selling in San Diego, and you want expert guidance, my contact information is in the description box below. I have 4 decades of experience in the San Diego real estate market, and I personally successfully sold over 2,200 homes across 70 communities. Sell or buy a home here, I've helped that many people. So I know the area well, and I'm happy to be a resource for you if you have any questions or maybe need a little guidance. If you'd like to stay updated on the San Diego real estate market or receive valuable insights about living in this absolutely beautiful city, make sure to subscribe here and follow me on all my social media. Well, thank you again for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.